So it's September 28th, 2020, and it's a toasty 25 degrees Celsius out here. And fall started just 6 days ago officially, and indeed there have been a lot of fruits ripening and such, trees turning yellow, leaves falling off the tree, like the tree in front of me there. That's my across the street neighbor's black walnut tree, and a ton of black walnuts were in his yard, so I took them. He doesn't want them anyways. And let's take a look at my garden. So I haven't mowed it, as I mentioned. It's growing wild, but there's some weeds there, daisies, some kind of wild daisies, that the white flowers there that have bloomed. There's goldenrod. There's my Japanese maple, which died, and beside it I planted a mulberry, and red mulberry, I think, and its leaves are yellow, which indicates autumn. There's some staghorn sumac there, growing well. Roses are growing well as well. And let's go back here. Nice, the envy of the neighborhood lawn here. And we have the Dwarf Alberta spruce right there. It's growing okay. My largest Paulownia tomentosa, it's about 2 meters tall, like almost 6 feet tall. So in the past couple of days the leaves have been droopy every day like this, even though I watered it, and it hasn't been terribly hot, but the leaves are falling off and turning yellow, so I believe that's because it's fall. Autumn's coming. So we'll take we'll take another look at the trunk there. Pretty cool. Pretty thick as well, I would say. Just like that. And beside it, Tree of Heaven. I'm impressed with its growth to over probably 1.3 meters high. Just grew this year. And behind it is asparagus. So the green that you see is actually new asparagus shoots that came up just a month ago. So that's pretty cool. And there's another Paulownia exhibiting the same droopy leaf, but they do come back a little bit in the evening, the leaves. And I moved my 2 Korean pine there, and a lot of fall type colors. You can see, actually, let's take a look at the Virginia creeper here. The Virginia creeper, the berries are already purple and ripe, and the leaves are all red, so those are its fall colors. It seems like they've turned a bit early this year, so yeah, I don't know why, but I've heard from some farmers that fruits are about 2 weeks early this year. Perhaps because when they started growing earlier on in the spring, because last winter was very mild. So that could explain why the fruits basically ripened early this year, even though the leaves on most of the trees are still green. The flowers on these goldenrod are all like dying now, a dark orange or yellow. A couple of weeks ago they were light yellow. So now they've all died, I don't know, in preparation for the winter, kind of early. There's another Paulownia there. That's doing okay. And the other Paulownia tomentosa, Kiri tree, that I grew from seed, or sorry, not seed, but a root cutting, is still growing. It's right there. And it's probably not going to continue to grow, but maybe the leaves will get bigger a little. And black raspberry, some of it turning yellow. And before we go through the gate into the back, there's in the middle there the black dead looking tree. That's black walnut that I dug up from the side of the road, and it looks like it hasn't survived, but who knows, we'll see in the spring. To the left of it and to the right of it, that's Pawpaw or Asimina triloba. The one on the right is kind of yellow, which indicates fall, and the one on the left is just starting to turn its fall colors, but not yet. And I'm impressed with their growth in the second year. In the first year they didn't really grow at all. So let's go back here. The catalpa right in front of us is turning slightly yellow, but not really. There's another Paulownia tomentosa there. This is ash, and something's happening to the leaves up here. I don't know if that's a fungus or definitely not emerald ash borer, because the ash trees here are pretty much okay. But if we look to the right, the one with the yellow leaves, that's a mulberry, volunteer seedling, so it's turning fall colors. But the mulberry to the right of it is not turning any fall colors, whereas that one is. And then we have a white mulberry right there, which is turning fall colors. And this tree behind it, it's actually American elm. So that's not turning fall colors yet. And then we have the one against the shed right there. This one right in the middle, that's Manitoba Maple, and I suspect because it's right up against the shed so it gets less light, it basically has dropped most of its leaves already, and that's how it would look even when the snow is coming down. And if we take a look up here at this 80-year-old walnut tree, you can see that it's yellow, and so those are the fall colors. A little bit more yellow, but the nuts have been dropping like crazy, especially on windy days.